Welcome to this video. It's focused on what is hybrid schooling. The literature really focuses on higher education context. It doesn't focus on schooling. It is a new concept in the schooling field. And when I talk about schooling, I mean P to 12 context. So currently, most of our understanding, our research and our literature comes from the higher education context. So in that context, hybrid is sort of the same as high flex, sort of the same as blended. These ideas and concepts are merging and they merge together. They're very unclear. The literature uses them interchangeably. For example, one notion of hybrid is where you can complete any part of a course online or face-to-face. So the choice is there. An 8-week course might be in different modes on different campuses, but it also might be fully online and fully in the classroom, or it could be part online and then part in the classroom. So there's all sorts of this interchangeable notion. It doesn't really focus on actually what the pedagogy is to enable this sort of distinction between online and face-to-face, or on campus, off campus. All these terms seem to just sort of be being explored at the moment. There is a focus on equitable access to learning opportunities. So, for example, a student can't be disadvantaged by doing it face-to-face or if they choose online. So that the delivery sort of is focused on being the same, which it can't be because online is different to face-to-face. So if that's the case of the model, that they want it to be the same, you literally will repeat what a tutorial looks like online or a classroom looks like online. And that's not really what we understand good hybrid or blended or flexible learning to be. So what do we mean by hybrid teaching? In the sense we look at there is a face-to-face, a classroom, an on-campus, whatever have you model, and then we have an online model, like an online space. So if you consider them two different spaces, you have to think about them in a unified relationship. So the merging between the face-to-face and online. So the students who are in the classroom, they're also doing work online. And there's a reason why you'd adopt the online space. So it comes back to our clear understanding of the use of digital technologies. I choose the particular tool to advantage the learning in that space. So I choose a face-to-face environment or I choose an online environment to advantage a particular type of learning. But the relationship between the two exists. So they don't sit separate from each other. They sit in a clear relationship, so they feed off each other. What I do online has relevance and meaning to what I do face-to-face and vice versa. So I'll go through that. So what are we seeing currently happening, some examples at secondary level around Australia? So some notions of what hybrid schooling look like are staggered year levels. So year 7 to 10 are online at home, while the senior students are at school. So 11 to 12 are at school. That is considered online. So again, that's delivery. It's not pedagogically chosen. Year level, 3 days in the classroom and 2 days at home. So you might have grade 7s or grade 8s or grade 9s or grade 10s doing that type of work. 3 days in the classroom, 2 days learning at home. The seniors might be doing 4 days at school and 1 day at home. And there's an overall movement from the face-to-face in a school setting to moving to online as they move up the secondary years. So the idea of hybrid schooling is more directed at the delivery mechanism than it is at the pedagogical mechanism. So if we go back to here, we think, okay, so if we understand that there's a pedagogical relationship between the two different spaces, which of those models actually reflect hybrid teaching. The first one doesn't, because it actually has no relationship to the link between face-to-face and online. The other three do, but they're not, well, they could be doing online in a classroom to build capability for online learning when the students are working remotely. So the idea here is that the relationship of the two matters. On classroom work matters to online work. So we have, if we're going to think of the model of hybrid teaching and that focused relationship, you can be in a classroom and you work, plus online in a classroom, and then to build capability to go and work online somewhere else. So hybrid teaching, in summary, is different to what we talk about as hybrid schooling. Hybrid schooling really focuses on delivery. Hybrid teaching is about a unified notion of connecting face-to-face and online based on the affordances of the tools that you're using and the learning objective and activity that is happening. So what would a Padlet afford? Why would you use that at that point in time in a unit of work in a classroom, but they're learning online? I focus on this sort of type of examples later in other videos, but I just wanted to talk about that idea of what is actually meant by hybrid schooling. So for more videos, please go to that QR code or the URL link down the bottom. But these are very closely connected to Series 3, which really focuses on the design of online, what you do when you're online and why you do those activities. Thank you.